Alright guys, Dokkan time again, and today I'm going to be doing a top 5 redstone choices. So we are we're at the part 2 point of Golden Week, and I thought now would be the best time, as pretty much all of the surprises should be gone. We pretty much have everything laid out right in front of us. Now it doesn't mean that we couldn't get another random surprise, but I think we all know what that random surprise is going to be. If you've been paying attention to a lot of the social media, you'll know that Global messed up and accidentally showed a banner with a special Extreme Super Battle Road, a Super EZA banner that releases every time a Super EZA comes out, so that you can summon for the unit. Well, they showed off Kid Buu. So Kid Buu is going to Super EZA during the celebration. We probably won't see it for another week. I feel like they're going to try and throw it out of nowhere. But anyways, the reason I bring it up is because, unfortunately, Kid Buu is not on this redstone selection. And I feel like they did it on purpose, mostly to not give false hope, or they just didn't want to give away a free copy. Now, it doesn't mean that they couldn't add it to this list. So by all means, wait till around the 20th, 21st of May. Wait to see if they actually drop it, because, you don't have to use the stone right away. You have all the way up until the beginning of June to use the redstone, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Please don't quote me. But I believe you have up until June. Yeah. You have up until, like, June 1st to really get that. I just checked my phone. So, I mean, you can wait. You can wait to use the stone. It's not like any of these units are make or break. They're going to be amazing or anything. But the thing you should be considering with all of these units is which one is going to Super EZA soon. And we're going to go over the list of my personal top 5 that we're going to go through. Now, obviously, in 2 weeks or a week and a half, they get the Super Extreme Z Awakening for Kid Buu and they add him to the list. Obviously, you should grab him at that point. He's not part of the top 5. I'm just saying he could be added to the list at some random point. I don't think he will be. It's very unlikely, but it is something to consider. If this guy gets an EZA, he's going to be crazy. He's just a support unit, but trust me when I say, he could get a crazy awakening. He could get crazy. So, but let's just start with the number 1 choice on the list, and this is the number 1. This is the number 1. We're going downwards because in this selection here, there's only so many good choices, at least right now. Super EZA Goku. If you don't have him, now would be the best time to do it. He's still very good. 55%, he's a little but he does have built-in dodge, he's got built-in crit, and that's exactly what you need him for. You just need him to get into the fight, crit an enemy, dodge a super, GTFO. That's pretty much all that should be to it. So he's a very good unit. He's very, he links up perfectly with the STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku once he goes into standby. He links up perfectly, almost perfectly, I'm sorry, with the new Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He is a Majin Buu Saga unit, so he does help right now as far as the whole Majin Buu Saga celebration goes. I still think he's very useful, but mostly for shorter content. So, I mean, come 9th anniversary, we might be thinking, he might not help so much on 9th anniversary as most of that content is long form. But that will, it remains to be seen how he'll act and how Global will treat him. So, either way, that is my number 1 pick. Now, the second pick is obviously going to be Tech. God Tanks. The OG God Tanks. I still think he's good, but I don't think he's more useful than this Goku. I just don't think he is. I'm sorry. I find him very underwhelming, personally. Now, it doesn't mean he can't be good on, like, Topo's team. On Topo's team, it's probably the primary team you're going to rock him, other than, obviously, the new Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team. On Topo's team, he has loads of support, especially if you pair him up with Intelligence Gotenks. He looks very good. And with that extra buff of, like, Ginyu support from LR Ginyu, he looks really, really good. But offhand from that 200% team, that special pose team on JP, I find him very underwhelming. It's not exactly fluid and easy to hit the 11 key marker, because that's what you want to get the damage reduction and the crit chance. This 33% additional chance to evade is a separate proc for his evasion. So he has a 50% and a 33% chance to dodge. And I just don't feel, I've never felt dodge was consistent. But with this, it just feels immensely less consistent for me personally. I've had a lot of runs on a JP account, and I just do not see, I just don't see it. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't have the dodge luck. But the 50% damage reduction helps a lot. But this dude does do damage. He does do well. He is still good. I just don't feel that he's better than this Goku on average. On average, I just don't feel he's better. So there is that to take into consideration. Now, by all means, it doesn't mean that, you know, you don't have better luck with this Gotenks. Maybe this is your #1 pick. That's perfectly fine. On global guys, we'll be getting this guy probably in August. It really depends on when they drop Topo on us. But that's how long we have to wait. So as soon as you see Topo show up on the list for global to get next, this guy is coming right there with him, global players. Just letting you know that. And for JP players, obviously, if you did not get a chance to grab him when he came out, now is the time to grab him. Next on the list will be #3. Now, the #3 choice is more of a... The next 3 choices are all just premature. They're all premature. I'm thinking ahead. These are probably going to be the best Super EZAs that come sooner than later. It doesn't mean that they're going to pop out right away. It doesn't mean that they're going to be next. Heck, we could be waiting years to see them Super EZA. But if you're a newer player, you don't have any of these units, you want to think ahead, then I would highly suggest grabbing Super Gogeta now. Dude, I have a feeling this guy's going to Super EZA. He's going to Super EZA when it, during the 10th anniversary, which is going to be in January for global, by the way, because we're going to be synced up. We're going to be synced up with JP as soon as it hits Worldwide Download Celebration here in September. And after that, man, things are going to be popping. Things are going to be crazy for global players and JP players alike. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the perfect unit to Super EZA as soon as 10th anniversary hits. And he's going to be crazy. He's just going to go wild. He's going to be crazy. Now, right now, I don't see him on too many. I don't see him on too many 200% teams here. Let me double check here. Yeah, he's really not on too many 200%. He'll obviously be on Super Gogeta's 200% lead. He's on Majin Buu. He's on Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team. He's on Super Saiyan Trios. He is a Super Saiyan unit. But I mean, as of right now, he could be very good when he's Super EZAs. This dude was disturbingly good back in the day. I really feel like he will be super dominant again once he's Super EZAs. So, you know, you can't just grab him anymore. You can't buy him. You can't do anything for like any of these units. You can't. So when I say grab him while you still can, grab him while you're still able to potentially get dupes for him, because that's the thing. All of these units are going to be Super EZAing, man. All of these units will eventually Super EZA, and if you don't have them duped up, a lot of them could feel underwhelming. Goku here, he's still good, but at 55% compared to just 2 dupes, he feels god-awful. Same thing with Gotenks. Gotenks wants dupes. They both want dupes, because remember, Super EZAs only affect the passive. That's it. That's all it does. It only affects the passive. And with Gogeta, he's not really too much better off. He's got lower attack and defense, and that's it. So they're going to load him up on his passive skill, but you're really going to want to balance him out as far as when it comes down to whatever they give him. You're going to really want to. Now, I don't suggest like pumping in random stuff into like a dodge or additional yet. I would highly suggest waiting to fill out his hidden potential until he comes out with the Super EZA. But I think now is a good time to start grabbing any units that you don't have on this list and really think, okay, maybe the Super EZA is going to come around the corner, you know? And you know, I think it's also very possible we could get some early Super EZAs out of these guys. But anyways, I digress. I'm going off topic here. The next choice that I assume we'll be getting a Super EZA for sooner rather than later, and is still kind of usable every now and again, in all honesty, is Super Vegito. Super Vegito is still pretty dang nice, and it's because he's got 80% damage reduction on normals. Now, I mind you that, that means that he's not really, yeah, I mean, it's a normal, right? How much damage can a normal really do? Unless it's Broly, who's throwing out 1 million normals. Or not Broly, but I think it's CaiSamaX that does a 1 million normal. But, 700k normals, 500k, 400k, 300k normals, like, he tanks it all. He really does. I mean, for the most part, especially post-super. Okay, not post-super, after he receives an attack. But anyways, after this guy gets a Super EZA, he's going to be nutty. Because, they're not going to make him, like, 80% damage reduction from super attacks by any means. But, I mean, they're going to buff this Scouter ability. They're going to buff how much he gets hit. This guy's going to have a really good Super EZA. He's going to be really dominant, and I can't wait for it. I mean, this was the unit that made me put money into this game. This was the unit that made me put money into this game. And I'm probably going to grab an extra copy of him right now. And I'm going to try and plan ahead so that I can adjust his hidden potential for when they release the Super EZA. But that's just me. Now, we're going to move on to the last, my top choice for what you should grab right now, just to be perfectly, really ahead of the schedule, trying to really choose what you should grab out of the Super EZAs. I will say, before I declare the fifth one, don't bother grabbing these 2 packs. All of these units are worthless now. I'm sorry to say, but the really old Dragon Fist Super STR Goku right there, worthless. He also will not get an Super EZA. He's not classified as a Dokkan Fest. It does say it's a Dokkan Festival character, but if he does get a Super EZA, I'll be astonished. But I wouldn't bother. I mean, by the time he gets a Super EZA, it's going to be so far out. I mean, they're going to prioritize all of these bigger units well before they get into these. Even if they did. I don't see them doing it. By all means, if all you're missing is what's on these like little bonus lists, by all means, if you just want to do it for collection purposes, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I would highly suggest prioritizing anything on this list over these characters right here because they're just not really worth it. The Tech Majin Vegeta, arguably, you could have some potential small bits of content. Same thing with the physical Deborah, very small bits of content. Same thing with the AGL Super Saiyan Go tanks. You could potentially have a very select few amount of content with youth or fusions that you could take him onto, because he does have a more recent EZA than the rest of these guys. But other than that, this 2 double packs is not really worth it in my opinion. So the final unit, and this is a long shot, like I'm throwing a Hail Mary over into the courtyard here. It's going to be Omega. There's a weird bit of suspicion right now that we could be getting GT themed for Worldwide Download Celebration. And I feel if we get a good Omega Super EZA, it could help out a decent amount. Mind you, he's only on like 200% leads. This isn't the biggest thing to really shoot for, in my opinion. But with the rumors and some of the data miners talking about GT related stuff, I've come to the thought process that I would rather jump on the GT bandwagon ahead of time. So, like I said, as a unit, he's probably not doing too much for you. He does have big bad bosses, and he is a full power category ally booster. He's not just here for Shadow Dragons, so there is that to consider. Full power has gotten a lot better over the years, or the last year and a half or two, actually. It's just kind of blown up. And I really feel like he could definitely be nice for some of the big bad boss-esque ones. I feel like he could be helpful. So, but, with these Super EZAs, they obviously have weaknesses. They obviously are not meant to break the mold or go insane. So Omega is kind of like a long-shotted character. If I had to choose any of these other ones over Omega, as far as like planning ahead for a Super EZA, it would probably be more aimed at towards like probably like the STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. That would probably be the next big pick. And in all honesty, if you're an older player, you're a veteran player, you have all of these units, you have them all, or the majority of them, you know. I mean, if they're all rainbowed for you, just grab the Kai. Just grab the Kai. Some of this was easy for a lot of people, you know, just grab the Kai and go. But right now, I feel like it'd be really a big mishap to be going for just grabbing the Kai. It's a waste. I feel like a Kai is a waste right now. You should be grabbing dupes of each of these units that you think is going to get a crazy good Super Extreme Z Awakening. The AGL Super 17 is definitely one of those. The AGL Super 17 is just a wildly good unit. Like, honestly, this should be the actual pick, because if you don't have him rainbowed, if you don't have his hidden potential properly put into like a dodge or to additionals, then you're going to be hurting when he Super EZAs, because this guy's going to be good. This guy has... he came out in 2017, and he is still useful today. His EZA came out in 2020, and he's still semi useful today. It's the damage reduction, really, because he's got 40% here, and then he builds up an extra 30 here every time he takes a hit. So I mean, just think about how a Super EZA could make that better. Think about how a Super EZA could make this guy better, man. I can't wait for that. But anyways, these are going to be my top 5 choices. Yeah, I'm switching it to the 17. I'm switching it to 17. But these are my top 5 choices. You know, prepare ahead for Super EZAs. Grab these two. If you're a newer player, even if even if you're not planning for Super EZAs, this is a very good unit for brand new players, especially for villains. Anything with villains, this dude can do very well. He can help you out in a lot of things. I have used this guy so many times in over the years. And then, of course, these options are the best choice for the general player. Obviously, you grab Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you have a usable unit right away. And if you grab Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, you're just planning ahead of time for when he gets released on Global. And if you're already a JP player, then this is just your chance to grab him. So, but anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments which one of these units did you decide to grab with your redstone. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day and a good night.